just becoming a CEO of a shoe company is not gonna give you happiness.
Women have it so mixed up. There is no such thing as balance. That is such a myth. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO.
Listen carefully to the audio. Take a listen.
A lot of this could be done without me, but we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me.
Sort of a weird ending there. That is clearly an edited audio. That's very clearly edited audio.
Charlie Kirk said mothers should be home with their young kids, not chasing CEO titles. That's been his position his whole life. And now we have his own words proving that's what he's always believed. But somehow, Turning Point USA wants us to believe that just 2 months after he said that, Charlie did a complete 180. They claim he said that if anything happened to him, he wanted his wife Erika to leave 2 small kids at home and step in as CEO. And supposedly they have a video of him saying it. So where is it? Well, those chose not to release it. But let's look at what Charlie really said about mothers of young children being CEOs. In April 2025, just months before his assassination, Charlie had Erika as a guest on his podcast, and they sat down to talk about family, faith, and how to build a successful life. That episode is still on his official YouTube channel, and you can see here that it was published on April 13th, 2025. So during this episode, they talked about an alleged study that shows married women with kids are the happiest. Now watch how Charlie responded. Watch how he really felt about women with young kids being CEOs.
The study shows that married women with kids are the happiest. Why do you think that is? I mean, it's just nature. I mean, just becoming a CEO of a shoe company is not gonna give you happiness.
And then Erika jumped in and took it even further, saying it's a myth that women can have it all. And Erika explicitly said mothers should focus on their career only after their kids are older.
Women have it so mixed up. You can have a career after children, but if you try to have a career while you have your kids, there is no such thing as balance. That is such a myth. Gigi gets those little Montessori toys every month, and there's this one that has the buckets that balance. If I put something in one of those buckets, it's going to drop down. And if I try to balance them, both buckets are filled, which is not realistic. I can't spend half of the day doing one thing. I missed out half of that time with being with the kids. So like, you have to choose where your heart has to be fully with the home. You have to make that decision on your own, but you can always, after your kids are in school or after they're in high school, you can always go back to work. You can always find a way to get back into the workforce. But if you miss those precious first few years, that is so hard to make up, because memories are so much more important than an added paycheck.
So there you have it. Charlie thought women with kids should not be CEOs. And Erika explicitly said mothers should not pursue a career for the first few years of their kids' lives because they will miss out on those precious moments. So how old are Erika's kids again? It says right here on Erika's Wikipedia page, she and Charlie have 2 children, a daughter born in 2022 and a son born in 2024. And then this People magazine article says Erika and Charlie celebrated their daughter's 3rd birthday in August 2025, just a few weeks before he was killed. As for Erika and Charlie's son, the same article says he was born in May 2024. So let's look at the timeline. Charlie was assassinated on September 10th, 2025, and then Erika was named the CEO of TPUSA just 8 days later on September 18th. This means that Erika became the CEO of one of the largest conservative organizations in the United States when her daughter was 3 and her son was just 16 months old. But she told Charlie just months before he died that she would never miss out on those precious moments with the kids. Let's watch that part again.
I can't spend half of the day doing one thing. I missed out half of that time with being with the kids. So like, you have to choose where your heart has to be fully with the home. If you miss those precious first few years, that is so hard to make up, because memories are so much more important than an added paycheck.
Memories are so much more important than an added paycheck. Erika's own words from April 2025. So how come no one now wants to ask Erika why she chose an added paycheck instead of making memories with her 2 young kids? Kid who just lost their father? In fact, Erika now seems more bothered by people questioning whether she's qualified to be a CEO than by anyone criticizing her for not spending time with her kids. Here's Erika in that video message she shared after the White House Correspondents' Dinner, complaining that people doubt her CEO skills.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO.
So what Erika is most upset about is Drusky making a skit about her and people saying she's not qualified to be CEO. Not the fact that people are calling her out for not being with her kids. And here's what's also weird. TPUSA still has that podcast episode up, the one where Erika told Charlie you cannot have a career when you've got young children at home. You'd think they would have deleted that by now, because it completely contradicts how she acts today. Now, Erika has tried to hint in a few interviews that she never wanted this CEO job. She keeps saying she didn't ask for this and that she had no options left after Charlie was taken from her. Here's Erika in that CBS News town hall saying she's passionate about running TPUSA because it's a remaining, breathing version of her husband.
Erika, you have made a lot of comments that a lot of people have noticed about women, suggesting that women should get married young, they should prioritize family over their careers, and at the same time, you are now doing both.
I didn't ask for this. Obviously it's a blessing that I view it as a blessing. So stepping into this role is not so much a job title. This is not a 9-to-5 for me. This is something that I'm very passionate about because it's still a remaining breathing version of my husband.
But you know what else is a remaining breathing version of her husband? Her actual children. And let's be real, Erika absolutely had a choice. She had more than enough money. She didn't need to trade making memories with her kids for an added paycheck. Plus, most people had never even heard of Erika before Charlie was assassinated. She wasn't actively involved in running TPUSA. So why would the board elect her to take over? Well, this is where things get really bizarre. When TPUSA announced on September 18th that TPUSA unanimously elected Erika Kirk as the new CEO and chair of the board, they also wrote this. In prior discussions, Charlie expressed to multiple executives that this is what he wanted in the event of his death. But when exactly did Charlie express this? And to what executives? Where's the proof? Well, according to TPUSA, they have footage of Charlie saying this, but they chose not to release it. At the start of America Fest in December 2025, TPUSA played an audio clip they claim was recorded at a retreat in Aspen just weeks before Charlie was assassinated. According to them, this was Charlie's answer when a Turning Point donor asked him what would happen if you died, and Charlie supposedly said that he would want Erika to take over the organization. Listen very carefully to this.
A lot of organizations and groups, as soon as a founder leaves, it just kind of collapses. A lot of my job is not always in the day-to-day details. It's very much vision casting, very much driving success. But we have a great board, and God forbid if something happens, they'll figure it out. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me.
Now you can decide for yourself if this is legit. If you ask Candace Owens, that last part of that audio sounds edited or spliced in, maybe even AI.
And I gotta tell you, the more I listen to it, the more AI it sounds to me.
I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job. I appoint my wife to run Turning Point USA if something happens to me. Erika would do a great job.
It just doesn't flow.
After Candace called them out on her show, Turning Point said they actually have video of Charlie saying those words, but they won't release it, supposedly for Erika's safety. Blake Neff, the producer and new co-host of The Charlie Kirk Show, fired back at Candace on X and said there's no point in dropping the video because she would just claim it's AI or a hologram. But Candace clapped back and said, if you're really holding the video because you're worried about Erika's safety, then why would you release the audio in the first place? And honestly, she's got a point. If that Aspen video exists and clearly shows Charlie naming Erika as his successor, putting it out would end the debate immediately. So why wouldn't Turning Point just release it and prove Candace wrong? But even if we disregard that Aspen audio, we know how Charlie felt about women with young kids being CEOs. You've seen Charlie on his podcast telling Erika that being a CEO cannot bring you happiness. You've watched Erika say she'd never trade memories with her kids for a paycheck, and just months later, it seems she did exactly that. Now, TPUSA wants you to believe something without showing the proof. They've got audio that sounds weird, video they won't release, and excuses about clicks and safety. So it's up to you to decide. Keep the receipts, trust your gut, and always ask who benefits.